Hey everyone, I'm here with a new CHATTERBOX video, and I wanted to tell you guys about some of the TV shows that I was watching. But instead of just listing off all the shows I watch, I thought I would tell you about 5 shows that I'm currently watching. And I saw Catterific do this video not too long ago, and that's kind of where I got the idea. So I'll link her video down in the info bar below so you can go watch that if you want. But let's go ahead and get started. The first show that I'm watching is New Girl with Zooey Deschanel, and I didn't really watch it last season. It's in its 2nd season, and I didn't watch the 1st season. I think I maybe saw the first episode or 2, and then I just kind of lost interest. I don't know why. But in the beginning of this season, back in September or October, whenever it premiered, everyone was talking about it. I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. So I've been watching all of season 2, which is what is airing now, and I haven't even gone back and rewatched season 1. I'm not sure why. I probably will eventually, because knowing me, that's what I do. But I'm really enjoying that show, and I think it's really funny, and Zooey Deschanel is just awesome. The second show that I'm watching is The Carrie Diaries, and I've only seen 1 episode because as of when I'm filming this, only 1 episode has aired. The pilot episode, I watched it just yesterday, and I think it seems like it's going to be a good show. I never really watched Sex and the City. It's like the prequel show to Sex and the City. I never really watched Sex and the City because I was kind of too young to watch it when it was really popular, and I just have had no real desire to go back and watch it now that I'm older. I kind of know a little bit of the storyline because I think I've seen parts of the first Sex and the City movie, and I think I saw the whole 2nd movie, which I've heard people who watch the show just totally bash the movies and say that they're not good. That's really the only reference that I have for any of that series, though, is the movies. So I kind of have some idea, and I know who Carrie Bradshaw is. Anyway, so this is like the prequel of Carrie in high school, and it's based on the book called The Carrie Diaries. And I don't know if Sex and the City is based on a book or if someone wrote the book based on the show. I'm not sure. But I watched the pilot of The Carrie Diaries, and it seems like a really good show. So if you liked Sex and the City, or if you it's kind of like more of a teen show, so it's kind of like Gossip Girl. Not Gossip Girl, but like that sort of feel. It seems like it's going to be a really good show, though. The third show that I'm watching actually does not air new episodes. It hasn't in a very long time. It's 7th Heaven, and I used to be obsessed with this show when I was younger, like when it was airing new episodes, and I loved that show, and then I was like, whatever happened to that? So I decided to go back and rewatch it. I started rewatching it a couple weeks ago, and I'm like halfway through season 3, and I think there's 11 seasons. It aired for way longer than I realized, but I don't know, it brings back memories of my childhood watching that show, and I think it's really, it's a good show, and it's like, for those of you who don't know, it's about like a family, and the father is a minister at a church, and then there's all these kids, and like at the beginning, the oldest one is like in high school, I think like grade 11, and the youngest one isn't even in kindergarten yet, and then it's like 11 seasons, so they all kind of grow up, but it's like talks about different like issues that people go through, and it's kind of like Degrassi, but it's more like not Degrassi. I find it's really relatable though, because I guess at the season I'm in now, I'm older than all of like the kids, but it's still like now the oldest son in season 3, which is the one I'm currently watching, he's now in college, so I'm like, oh hey, I'm in college too, so you can kind of relate. And it's a funny show. It's not funny. Well, it has its funny moments. Anyway, it's a good show, and I used to love it when I was a kid, so I decided to go back and rewatch it, and I'm probably going to rewatch all 11 seasons, and I like it just as much now as I did when I was little, so if you ever watched 7th Heaven, like way back in the 90s, don't be afraid to go check it out, because it's still pretty good. The 4th show that I'm watching is The Biggest Loser, and it just premiered last week or the week before, so this new season has just started, and I love The Biggest Loser. I cry almost every episode at one thing or another. Someone says something, who doesn't even matter. I'm always crying in that show, and then I'll laugh, and it's just, oh my goodness, that show does things to me. Whew, I can't even. But I really enjoy it, and it's just, I've read some articles about it from like people who were contestants in the past, and they're like, it's so like, you don't know the truth, and like that kind of stuff, so I'm kind of hesitant to like really get into it, but I think it's a good show, and I love Jillian Michaels, and now she's back. She was off for a couple seasons, now she's back as a trainer, and I know people don't like her because she's like tough and whatever, but I think it's like tough love type of thing, and I love her, so I'm glad that she's back. And then God, trainers are really hot, which helps. So I've been watching Biggest Loser, and I cry and I love it, and it's awesome. the last TV show that I'm watching is Modern Family, and I've been watching this since season 1. I think it's in season 3 or 4 now, and I just think it is the funniest show in a really long time. I laugh my butt off every single episode. They're with all the 3 different families, but they're all related, and it's the different stories, and oh my goodness, I laugh so hard. It is such a funny show. All the characters, all the actors are so good. Like there's not one weak link in like the main cast of like 10 or 12, however many of them there are. Like there's not one weak link. Like even though like Lily is only like 4 and she's hilarious, and they're all just, it's such a funny show. If you don't watch Modern Family, there's no words. I can't help you because it's just such a good show. Yeah, my favorite, one of my favorite episodes, I think this is like season 1 or season 2, when Cam and Mitchell are trying to get Lily into a daycare, and it's like, oh, all these applications, waiting lists, whatever, and they can't get her into a daycare, and one of them, I can't remember if it's Cam or Mitchell, says, leave it to the gays to raise the only underachieving Asian in America, and it's so funny. It's just such a good sitcom, and if you don't watch it, you need to go watch it right now because it's so funny. So those are the 5 TV shows that I am watching right now. Not right at this moment, but right now. Let me know down in the comments 5 TV shows that you're watching, or you can leave a video response telling me 5 TV shows that you enjoy. Thanks for watching. Bye. You may have noticed I left out a pretty obvious one. Pretty Little Liars. The mid-season premiere was a couple weeks ago. I've watched both episodes now twice. I love it. Didn't want to use it as one of my 5 because I think I've talked about it a little bit too much in the last month or so, but I love it. My PLL, can't get enough. It's definitely like number 1. So high up there that it's not even on the top 5. It's like in its own league. So let me know still if you're watching Pretty Little Liars and who you think did it, because I don't even know. Arya's dead. What's going on? I can't even. Bye.